Hi all. So in this video we are going to see a very simple program that we would have tried in Python or C language, like guess the random number. So similarly we are trying to see that in Appian as well. For example, here we can select some minimum or maximum number, for example 8, and here we have to enter our inputs. For example, let me try to open 3, and it will check that our answer is wrong or right. So it is saying if 2, then it will check again it is wrong, and let me put it 1, and yeah, so yeah, you guessed it correctly, it took you 3 turns. It will calculate the number of turns as well, and here I have made a reset button as well, so again it will get reset. So let's see how we can do this. So first of all, in our this is all going to be done in the one interface only, and here we will write it guess random number. Okay, so here we have taken guess random number interface. Okay, so now let's try. Okay, so for our random number we will just take so now we have taken a card header layout here. So here what we want to do is, here we will try to add a image. So how can we add an image? So all the contents will be added into this, so we will just go and drop the image field here. Okay, so let's drop our image. So now we have dropped the image field, and here we have to select an image. Let's click on the image. It will give us what kind of image do you need. So we need a document image. So okay, we need a document image. So now we have selected a document image. In the expression, if we go, it will refer as the document image something. So we can refer the document image with the help of a constant as well. So let's try to create a let's try to upload our image first. So we'll go in the document, we will go to, and here we have guess the number, and we will upload it. So this is the number, it's there. Let's click on next. Here ys guess create constant, it will automatically create a constant for this document, and we will refer this document in our image field, so that image will get reflected. So ys guess, and here instead of this we will put the constant here, const bang this. So now you can see here our guess number is. Let's remove the image field from here, and we'll go back to this, and what we can do is we can increase the size of the image as well. Let's go back to this one, images, and the size will be large. Okay, or let's see it is fit is fine or not. Okay, large is more than enough. So large is fine. Standard alignment will align into the center. And now talking about the card layout, we have to select the color for the card layout as well. So we'll select some vibrant color for this one. Yeah, so it is matching with this guess. Now we will drop the components here. So first of all, we want a columns layout. Okay, so in our column, what we can do here is we will drop our components one by one. So here we will try to, we don't need to, we'll try to drop 2 integer fields. So here one, and here we will drop the another one. Let's write the name of these integer fields as min and max. So minimum number. Okay, and he write it maximum number, and the label position will select it at adjacent here as well, adjacent. Okay, fine. So here we will put minimum, and here maximum. So to store that number we will need some local variables as well. So we'll go and create the local variable, a bang variables. Okay, so local bang min and local bang max. So these are the two variables. So to store that number, so in the here the value will be local bank min. It will store in local bank minimum. Here as well we will save it into local bank minimum. Okay, here we will save into local bank max, and here as well local bank max. So minimum and maximum number can be saved there. After that what we need is we will put the logo here, like guess the number. We will tell the user to guess the number. Okay, so tell the user we will use a rich text and drop it here in the header content layout. Okay, and let's try to configure that rich text as well. So here it is. Now in the value field what we will do, a bank rich text item. Okay, and here we will write the text as guess the number. Okay, and we want the style to be a bit bold. So for bold we will write there strong. Okay, and after that we want the size to be a bit bigger as well. So currently you can see the size is a bit small, so we'll you can see many sizes are available, medium. So let's keep it medium. Yeah, medium looks much better, and we will align this into the center as well. So we will align it into the center. Okay, so now it is aligned into the center. Let's change the color as well. So color we set it as a accent. Okay, so it will change the color. Now our color is sent, and now we will give the users a input box so that they can what they can do is they can input their guess. So they will also input an integer number only. Okay, yeah, so here, okay, so here it is occupying the whole field, so we want something to be like between, just below that. So we will drop it here. Now it looks much better, this text box, and we will delete that integer. We don't want it. Level position, just hide it. Okay, so whenever any user will enter something into that, we want a placeholder to store that value. So for that we will use local bank user guess. So it will store the guess of the user. So that here is that field. So the value will be local bank user guess. Okay, and it will be as well local bank user guess. Okay, so now user will guess the number and they will be stored here. Now if you want like some default numbers should be there, so we can map the default value here as well, like 1 or 10 values are there, so they will automatically so this 1 and 10 values from beginning. So you can see here 1 and 10 values are here. Now when the number is guessed, so to guess the number we have to provide some buttons here, so that when we click on that button some evaluation will be done. It will compare the computer guess and user guess is correct or not. So from buttons we will just configure the button field from here, and we will map it here in this column only. Okay, and this is the button layout. Let's make it into the center as well. Alignment will be center. Okay, and after that what we want is this button should be named as not button but check. Okay, check, and the button should okay, the style if we put it link, it is much better. Visual look is much better. Okay, so let's try to preview the image as well. So here if we click on, so one click on check, it should evaluate the system guess and the user guess is correct or not. So currently like if I store 5 here, so you can see all these values are getting saved, but we have not configured the system guess. So we will store local bank sys. Okay, it is not okay. Now local bank will put it sys guess. Okay, sys means system guess. So for that we have to make an expression that we can guess the system number as well. So for what we will do is we will try to create expression rule so that we can guess the user number. So local bank guess, generate random number, generate random number. So with the help of this expression rule, we will try to generate a random number between any two given numbers, because even if they enter anything between 1 or 5, 20, 30, anything, this expression should be able to guess that number. Okay, so we will give two rule inputs here. One is minimum and another one is maximum. And the minimum will be of type integer, maximum will be of type integer as well. And here we will write it if let's put it like some happens, users can enter minimum as greater than maximum, so we don't want that to happen. So just as a precautionary measure, if min is greater than rule input max, then we will just say minimum number cannot be greater than maximum number. So we'll just give a message. Otherwise we have to generate. First of all, let us see there is one function called rand. So if we take a look at this function, it will generate any number between 0 and 1. But if we multiply this number with the help of suppose 5 is our minimum number, and suppose 10 is our maximum number, and 4 is our minimum number. Let's try to put it in bracket and let's see what it returns. So it returns 3 or something like this, right? So it will, now we will convert this into integer. Integer we will convert it. So after that, let's see what it returns. 1. And here we will add a rule input minimum number as well. So let's see what it returns now. So every time it should return, okay, instead of minimum, let's write it. Minimum number was what? Minimum number was our 4. So it should return 8. This time it has returned 8, and this time 6. So every time it will return a different number. So we will use the same concept here as well. So let's try to use it here. So what we want is our rule input minimum number is there, okay, plus random number is here. Use the rand function, and in the rand function we will multiply with the difference of rule input max minus rule input mean. This formula we can get from the internet as well. That's not very important here. Okay, and now we can convert it into integer. So let's try to add 5 and maximum number as 8, and it will try to give us some random number. So every time it will try to give us some random number 5. So now we will refer the same value in our system guess as well. So here we will put it rule bang ys underscore generate random number, and it has two arguments. So we'll give in minimum, we'll give local bang min, and in max we'll give local bang max. So this is how our system guess has been ready. So now our system guess is ready. So you can see here automatically it has generated 4. So when I click on check button, what should actually happen? Where is our, so if we click on the check button, then our our result will get evaluated and it will show to the user. So where the result will show, for that we have to I guess we will take another rich text card layout. Let's see a card layout here, and we'll drop it in the this one. okay, header content, and a rich text as well. We will drop it and we will show the result here. Okay, so let's go and configure our rich text. So here is the card layout. In that we have added the rich text component. So here we will put a bank rich text item, okay, and in the text. So when the user have guessed it correctly, then we want to show that result, otherwise we will show a different result. So here we will take a if condition here. If local bank use system guess is equal to local bank user guess, then what we want to do, then we want to show is like you guessed it correctly, okay, you guessed it correctly. And we will also show, okay, otherwise you guessed it correctly, and otherwise we will show wrong guess, okay, try again, something like this we want to show to the user. Okay, and currently you can see here the text we have written. After the text we will do the style as well. So in the style field we'll make it both strong, okay. So style field size as well will increase it a bit, not much, but just let's see medium works how. So okay, medium is fine, okay, so medium will be much fine. And what about the color? Okay, so again we will compare, if we will use the same if condition here as well, and here we will write it, because if the guess is correctly, then we want to show it in a positive way, otherwise we will show it a negative color to them. So POSI positive color, otherwise we'll show them a negative color, okay. So currently you can see it is a negative color because it is null, fine. And we want it in the center, so align it in the center once, okay, fine. So now it is aligned in the center, okay. But this cart layout is displaying now. It should only display when I should click on check. So let's take another flag, or you can say a local variable, okay, and local bank show result, okay, show result, and we'll make it false first. And when I click on this button of check, it will make it true, and this card layout will be visible. So the whole card layout will only show when local bank show result is true, otherwise it should not show. So you can see here it is not showing. Now let's click on the check, and when we click on check, it should go and save into our value. So let's see where is our check button. Yeah, here is. So here we will save into list of saves, and a bank save, okay. Target is what? Local bank show result, and what we want to show it? True value there, okay. So local bank check, and we will show true value. So now let's check, it is wrong guess, and now let's put 9, and it will show like this, okay. Let's reset, test everything, okay, and let's try to test again and check our values. Yeah, let's see what is the correct guess. Correct guess is 9, so we will put 9 here and click on check. So yeah, you guessed it correctly. So now it is working. After that, what we want is, we want to calculate how many turns a user has took to guess the number correctly, okay, to guess the number correctly. So for that we will again take a local bank number of turns. This variable will put, initially we'll keep it 0, okay. And here when we click on the check button, so here what it should do, here it should save it, a bank save. So here we will just use a if condition to save it. If local bank user guess is equal to local bank system guess. Okay, if it is equal to system, then don't do anything, fine, but we want to calculate when the guess is not equal. So what we will do is we will now save it. If it is not equal, then we will save it where? Local bank number of turns, and in here we will add 1 to the local bank turns each time, local bank number of turns. Okay, so let's test it again and see how does it work. So this time okay, so this time our system guess is 7. Let's try with 5. Okay, and okay, and let's put it 7 this time, and it will be correct, and it number of turns it took is here, it is showing 1. Okay, and we will show the same number of things there as well. So what we can do here is where we are showing the this card layout, in the card layout only we'll show the same thing. Okay, you guessed it correctly. Okay, it took you how many turns it took, so and local bank number of turns will add here 1 because it was showing 1 less here, and then again ampersand so that we can separate it, and turns. Okay, so now you can see here it took you 2 turns, so actually it did took me 2 turns. So either we can keep it 1 here or we can add 1 here, so both are fine. So I have added 1 here, every time it will add automatically the 1 here. Okay, now all these things are ready, and we have to again click on test to to everything, so everything reset it. So we will do a reset button here only, we will add a reset button in this interface only, so that we can add something. So let's try to add a button here only, so that we don't have to go back and reset from the screen. So just write it reset here, and okay, let's go to the buttons layout, button array layout, and here we will keep it into the end. Okay, here we will keep it in end, after the end. Okay, so it is all fine now. So you can see here this reset button is done. So what will happen when we click on the reset button? So let's search our reset button, where it is. Yeah, here it is. Style is this one, so instead of normal we can put it link for year as well, fine. So and now save into. Okay, so when I click on reset, so what actually happens? So you can see here when I click on reset button, all these things should become null, or this local minimum, whatever the number. For example, let's put 5 here, and let's put 11 here. Okay, and we'll guess something at 7. Okay, so everything is available now here. Okay, so all these things should become to the default value, so we will save the same values here as well. So a bank save. So default value for min was what? 1. So target is what? Local bank min, and default value is 1. We'll save it 1 here, and similarly copy this. Okay, and paste it here. In the paste button, what we will do is in local bank max, the default value is 10, and in the user guess, so user guess is if I say user guess, so user guess is null. User guess we don't want any value to be there. Then after that system guess is there. So in system guess, let's leave it, it will automatically be null, so no need of system. So result is there, so result will put it false there, so that everything will not be visible. Number of turns is remaining, so for number of turns will, what is the default value? Number of turns we are given 0, so that 0 value will give here as well. Let's see how does it work now. If I click on reset button, everything gets reset. Okay, and now we can click I want to discuss between 4 and 6. Okay, now let's check here. So it will say, okay, it took you 1 turn. So this is how we can this is how like I have tried to make a very simple fun kind of thing in Appian interface. So while learning, it will be very important because we will get to know a lot of concepts due to that, how to save null values there or how to work with local variables. This application will help a lot in that. So what we will do is we will try to create a site for that as well. We will try to create a very simple site so that we can display it in the site. Okay, so guess a random number. So okay, here we will put it something as guess a random number. Okay, guess random numbers. Okay, so this site is to guess random numbers. Now create it. So we have used a lot of local variables here and we have tried to save null values to it and everything. So this will really help a lot in clearing all the doubts related to local variables and how to use it, how to store value, how to append something. All these things will be very much important here. So title will be guess a random number. Okay, and here let's search something as random and the type is an interface and the type name is ys underscore. Okay, ys underscore guess. Okay, now our site is ready. Okay, let's save our changes and okay, let's go to the site. So we can now directly play on the site as well. So it's kind of like a simple kind of application. So you can see here it is automatically opening. So let's see, I want something like 9 and some here 12 and I want to check something at 6. Let's check the number. Wrong guess. Let's put it 9 only. It is also wrong. Let's put 11. Come on. No, let's put it 10. Come on. It took 4 turns for me to guess right, and we can click on the reset button. So that's all for now. We'll meet in another video with some new topic. So thank you all for watching this.